Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the DC Universe Classics San Diego Comic-Con 2014 exclusive, Doomsday. That's right, Doomsday is coming to this year's San Diego Comic-Con. Let's go ahead and take a look at this exclusive and probably final figure from Mattel's DC Universe Classics lineup. As you can see, it comes in an all-black mailer box with that bloody red Superman emblem right there on the front. That iconic image from the Death of Superman comics. Flipping that shipper box over to the back side, you actually get in bold red letters the story of Doomsday. Opening up that shipper box reveals a really cool looking window box packaging that fully showcases the Doomsday on the inside. This is a really great exclusive box. Something that we always see at San Diego Comic-Con. The packaging is definitely part of the exclusive here. You can see right on the front of the window it's got the Superman Man of Steel logo that's all crumbled just as it appeared on the comic books. And then the entire thing looks like a destroyed metropolis, as if Superman and Doomsday have been doing battle and just wrecking this package. You can see rubble laying at the feet of the Doomsday figure. There's cracks and breaks in the actual window there. And in the background, you can see just kind of the ruins of the metropolis city. You can even see an image of Superman flying in the background, heading towards Doomsday. Flipping it around to the back side of the box, we get some of that beautiful artwork that we've been seeing on the DC Universe Classics Signature Collection figures. What's really cool about this one, though, is that the Doomsday on the back there is just breaking everything on the back of the box. So the Doomsday nameplate at the top and the Signature Collection logo are all askew, and even the little dialogue that explains who Doomsday is kind of broken and falling off the back of the package. Luckily, if you want to read it, it's the same print that's on the back of the shipper box. Alright, cool packaging aside, let's go ahead and take a look at the Doomsday figure outside of the packaging. The first thing that you're going to notice upon removing this guy from the box is that he is absolutely massive. That's right, we finally have a gigantic Doomsday figure to display with our DC Universe Classics figures. Now, the standard figures in this line are 6 inches tall. This Doomsday stands at 9 inches tall. And not only is he huge when standing next to Superman height-wise, but his mass is also just so much bigger and bulkier than we see with the Man of Steel, which is awesome. Now, this particular version of Doomsday depicts him wearing his green containment suit, the way he first appeared when he first showed up to do battle with Superman. If you've been following the DC Universe Classics saga unfold, you know exactly why this is. In an attempt to get more subscribers for the DC Infinite Earth subscription, Mattel had 2 different tier levels. The first tier would give us this containment suit Doomsday, and if the second tier was met with all of those subscribers, they'd have given us the Unleashed version of Doomsday, where he was all ripped out of that containment suit and his much more iconic look. But neither tier was met, and the subscription did not go through, which means the end of the DC Universe Classics line. Now, we did get the remaining figures that were already tooled, and since this containment suit Doomsday was one of those, it has been given to us as a San Diego exclusive. So this, my friends, is probably the last figure in the line, and probably the only version of Doomsday we're going to see in this particular figure scale. Now, as depressing as all that is, the figure that we're going to look at here is still a pretty impressive figure. First of all, the overall look of this guy is really well done. The Horseman did a fantastic job sculpting this figure, perfectly capturing that containment suit look. He's got that green mask that fully covers his face, with the goggles over his eyes with the red lenses. Great paint job on there, it's nice and clean. All of the silver that's used on the figure is bright and has a bit of a metallic look, while the green has an awesome amount of shading in there that really brings out all of the sculpted details and the muscle definition and the anatomy of the figure. That harness that he's wearing over his torso is a separate piece, but it is non-removable. The sculpt of it is really nice. It really looks as though there are several kind of tubes and wires wrapped around him that overlap with each other, and you'll notice that several of them are just broken or split off. They're done in that nice kind of shiny silver along with a darker gunmetal silver that just really stands out as a bright and colorful look on top of that kind of darker green bodysuit that he's wearing underneath. So let's go ahead and check out the articulation on this massive figure. The head's able to turn left and right, as well as move up and down on the nice ball joint. He's got ball jointed shoulders, which can go upwards a bit, but as you'll notice, they are slightly hindered by the tubes that are kind of hanging over the right arm there. He does have swivels at the biceps. He's got standard joints at the elbows. He's got swivels at the wrist. He does have the ab crunch articulation sculpted in there, but those tubes and everything on the harness do hinder that, so you don't get a big crunch out of him. He's also got the swivel at the waist, so you can rotate the upper body left and right. He's got the nice hinge joints at the thighs, so legs can go all the way outwards, move forwards and backwards. He's got swivels at the thigh cut right underneath the little silver harness pieces, a standard knee bend, and nice ankle articulation that allows the feet to move up and down. Now, you'll also notice that all those tubes that are kind of hanging off of them, the loose ones, they're just made of kind of a softer plastic, and they don't really like bend or form fit into place, but you can kind of move them around and they're loose there, and they don't really get in the way of his articulation whatsoever. Now, one thing I will say is that while the articulation is really good on this guy, unfortunately the leg articulation is a little looser than I'd like it to be, specifically at those hinge joints at the thighs. His upper body is really heavy, so sometimes you'll notice that those legs are going to split outwards when you don't want them to. Hopefully that's just an issue with my particular figure, and it's really not that bad. It just should be a little bit tighter than it is. So, we got our massive Doomsday figure. He's got a really nice sculpt, great paint deco, but what we really need is Superman in here to do battle with him. It's amazing seeing the tiny 6-inch scale Superman going head-to-head in battle with this 9-inch massive Doomsday figure. You can get some really great poses on your shelf with these two fighting to the death. So there you go, guys. There's a look at the upcoming San Diego Comic-Con exclusive DC Universe Classics Doomsday figure. Now, this is a bit of a bittersweet figure. The fact that we're probably not going to get the Unleashed version of Doomsday that everybody wants. The fact that this new Doomsday is going to tower over that older DC Superheroes Doomsday that was released. And the fact that this is probably the final figure in the DC Universe Classics line for real this time. All kind of sucks. But, that being said, the figure is still very nice. The sculpt is fantastic. It is kind of neat seeing this version of Doomsday represented in plastic form, and overall, he's going to make a really nice addition to your action figure shelf. Sure, it would have been way cooler if he was the Unleashed version of Doomsday, but I still really like this containment suit version, and I think it is still a pretty nice little hurrah to the end of the DC Universe Classics line. So this figure will be offered first at the 2014 San Diego Comic-Con, and then will be offered on MattyCollector.com following that event. So happy hunting, my friends, and until next time.